For today's math lesson, we are going to be regrouping in any place. And for these, we will be regrouping more than once on most of them. So, boys and girls, it is very, very, very important that you do not just look at the numbers and in your head flip-flop and put the bigger one on top. For example, if I look in the ones place here, what is the bigger digit? 9. So if I circle that, I know that 9 minus 5 is 4, but I'm not doing 9 minus 5. It is 5 minus 9. We always start from the top and move down. So before we regroup up here, I'm going to show you how to do this with base 10 blocks so that hopefully it makes a little bit better sense when we go to the actual numbers. So if we have 225 minus 149, 225. If I have 5 ones, I do not have enough to take 9 away. So I know that I need to go next door and get a 10 stick and then move that 10 stick over to the ones place. When it comes over to the ones place, it becomes 10 ones. Now I have 5, 10, 15 ones, and I can take away 9. Which leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in my ones place. But now I only have 1 10 stick left. I don't have enough 10 sticks to take away 4. So I need to regroup again. In order to do that, I am going to go and get a group of 100, and I am going to take that group of 100 and I'm going to move it to the tens place. When I move that group of 100 to the tens place, it becomes 10 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So this group of 100 becomes 10 tens. And now I have enough to take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in total, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those left. Now I have one group of 100 and I'm taking away one group of 100. So there are none left. So my answer is 76. So if you notice, we had to move tens over and we had to move a group of 100 over, and that's okay. If you did not understand that, you might want to pause, rewind, and watch it again. Okay? Now let's do it up here with our regrouping the way that we've learned. So we know that we start in the ones place. And when we start in the ones place, the bigger number is on the floor. So we go next door and get 10 more. What that means is we take away one group from here. If I have 2 and I take away 1, I have 1 left. The 10 gets added to the 5. 5 plus 10 is 15. Now I have 15 minus 9. And 15 minus 9 is 6. Now, I need to look in my tens place. And I have to ask myself the question, is there more on top or more on the floor? So 1 and 4 are my numbers. There is more on the floor of the tens place, which means I have to regroup again. The regrouping again works the exact same way, except instead of 2, I now have 1. So I'm going to take a group of 100. If I have 2 and I take away a group, I am left with 1 group in the hundreds place. I only have 1 group of tens, so I cross that out and make it 11, because the group of 100 turns into 10 tens. So notice I have 2 crossouts in this place, and that's okay. Now I have 11 minus 4, which is 7. And 1 minus 1, and that's the same number. So if the number's the same, zero's the game. We got the same answer for both of these. And the reason we got the same answer for both of these is because when I had 2 groups of 10 and I moved a group over, I then had 5, 10, 15 groups of 1s. That's where that 15 came from. But then I was left with 1 group of 10, which is this one right here. When I went to subtract 1 minus 4, I didn't have enough to take away 4. So that's when I regrouped and got more, and I had 10 plus 1, which gave me the 11. All right, let's do another one. Let's do the problem 421 minus 138. When you write this on your boards, you not only need to have the 2 numbers, but you need to have the subtraction sign, and you need to have this line down here. This is the equals line. Pause and make sure you have that. Okay, step 1, start in the ones place. Circle the bigger digit. Hopefully you circled the 8. If there's more on the floor, we go next door and bring over 10 more. That means we go to the 2 and we take a group away. If I take a group away from the 2, how many do I have left? 1. The 1 group that I'm taking from the 2 moves over and becomes 10 more in the ones place. That gives me 1 plus 10, which is 11. Now I can subtract 11 minus 8. And what is 11 minus 8? Good, it's 3. Now we move to the tens place. I no longer have 2. I now have 1 minus 3. Circle the bigger number, 1 or 3. Good. Hopefully you circled 3. And if there's more on the floor, we go next door and bring over 10 more. So this 4, we're going to take a group of hundreds away, and 1 less than 4 is, good, it's 3. I take the 100 and I turn it into 10 10 sticks. So the one group that I have, you add 10 to it and you get 11. Now we have 11 tens minus 3 tens. And 11 minus 3 is? It is 8. And then we can go to the hundreds place, and we have 3 groups of 100 minus 1, which gives me 2. So your answer is 283. Okay, let's do another one, please. 274 minus 182. Make sure you have the 2 numbers. Make sure you have your subtraction bar. Make sure you have your equals line. Okay, we're going to start in the ones place. Circle the bigger digit. Which is bigger, 4 or 2? Good, it's 4. There's more on top, so we're ready to rock. That means 4 minus 2 is 2. Move to the tens place. 7 minus 8. Circle the bigger digit. Good. Hopefully you circled the 8. If there's more on the floor, we go next door and get 10 more. So this 2 becomes 1. This 7 gets 10 more added to it because we're bringing the 10 over, and it would be 17. Now we have 17 minus 8, which is 9. One minus 1, if numbers are the same, zeros the game. So our answer is 92. The important thing about this problem is that we are always looking for regrouping. Boys and girls, it is so important that you circle that bigger digit, because if the circle's on the top, you don't regroup. But as soon as that circle hits the bottom, you need to get some from next door and you need to regroup your numbers. So please pay attention to which number is bigger, top or bottom. All right. $546 minus 267. Make sure you have your 2 numbers. Make sure you have your subtraction sign. Make sure you have your equals bar. All right, start in the ones place. Circle the bigger digit. 6 or 7, which is bigger? Good, it's 7. More on the floor. We go next door and get 10 more. So we're going to take 1 from the 4, which leaves us with, good, 3. And we move that group over and add 10 to the 6, which gives me 16. Now, 16 minus 7 is, good, 9. Okay, look in your tens place. You have 3 minus 6. Circle the bigger number. 3 or 6? Which one is bigger? Good, the 6. 3 minus 6 you can't do because there's more on the floor. So we go next door and get 10 more. So this 5, we're going to take 1 away. One group of 100, that leaves me with 4. Very good. And we move 10 more over to the 3, which gives me, good, 13. Now I can do 13 minus 6, which is, good, 7. And then I do 4 minus 2. The 4 is bigger. So 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay? So it's very important to find that bigger digit.